live. There you go. This is Doubtfire on in the background, as requested. Anyhow, hello everybody. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and all the fun things that go with the holidays. Hope everybody had a safe and happy and healthy holiday. Didn't eat too much food. Get stomach cramps, because that's what we all need for the holidays, is stomach cramps. Anyhow, we have a lot of stuff tonight. I brought some unusual things. I brought some card art. I brought some signed comic books. And then a whole bunch of regular original art as well. Now, here's the first 13 items. You're going to get a 21. If anybody purchases one of the 21 items, now, if you buy three, you're going to get three of these. There's a trading card from Danny Mickey from the 1994 Image Tour. It is signed by Danny. It's a 21-year-old trading card. That's the front. That's the back. You know, so if anybody gets, as I said, if you buy three of them, you buy three items, you get three cards. You buy five items, you get five cards. You buy none, you don't get any. And no, the cards are not for sale by themselves. These are to encourage sales on Danny's stuff. So with that being said, we're ready for the first item. All right, we ready to rock and roll here? We're not going to go straight to business. Anyhow, as I said, we did have a little bit of a delay, but we're going to go on. We got some really nice things tonight. Hope you went this. Danny Mickey gave me permission. The average price has been dropped by 20%. Some things are as much as 40%. As one item, I only dropped 10%. But everything, the prices have been dropped significantly for the holidays. As I said last week, Danny has to put a new transmission in his SUV, and it's about $8,000. You know, he's got a full size. I don't understand all cars, but they said it's about $8,000. So we're putting stuff on sale next week. If Nick wants me to come back next week, we'll probably have more stuff from Danny at tremendously discounted prices. If it's blue line or gray line, I will let you know. I don't think there really is any blue line tonight. There may be. I'm not sure. I'll have to check as we go along. Anyhow, with that being said, let's start. We got some card art that Danny Mickey has done. This is all original art. You got the first piece queued up. There we go. This is 4x6, penciled, inked, and colored by Danny of Spider-Gwen. The original price on all these cards was $125 for most of them. Some of them are a little bit more. But it's only $80 tonight. So we've dropped about a third off of the price. And then, as I said, you get the free trading card with it. That's worth about $20 from what I've been told. So we got the first one is Spider-Gwen. All right, we'll go up to the next one. Is Ghost Rider. Look at that Ghost Rider. That's a pretty cool Ghost Rider. I love that Ghost Rider. So the second one is Ghost Rider. Again, these are 4x6, penciled, ink, and colored by Danny. And so then we got that one. We'll go on to, this is CA03, beautiful Captain America on a blue trading card, and a blue card. Again, 4x6, and if you notice, they're all signed by Danny as well. Excuse me. If I'm going too fast, everybody tell me, because I'm not like Nick. Nick talks for half an hour on each item. I'm used to just going really fast. So if you want me to slow down, just tell me, and I'll slow down.
I have an interesting story for you, Spencer.
Sure.
The show that follows you tonight, Nancy McCann, her store was either the first or second stop on that Image road trip that you're giving away the card for. Her shop was the shop down the street from the Image offices in '94, Comics Unlimited.
Wow.
So her shop was one of the first, either the first or second stop on that road trip, and she follows you tonight.
Oh, well, tell Nick or Amy to send me her address and I'll send one of the cards.
She still has pictures with all the guys like sitting in her shop, like Todd McFarlane just chilling. It's the weirdest thing.
Well, Todd chills all the time. Todd's good people. He's really good people. For those of you that don't know him, he is really good people. He's a businessman first, but he is really good people. Anyway, I said, send me her address and I'll send it to her. All right, next one, number 4, a character created by John Romita Jr. when he was 9 years old is the Prowler from Amazing Spider-Man. 4x6 card, $80. I had those cards when they visited a shopping mall. There you go, Marcus. If you want one of them, make a purchase. Okay, next, 5. Look at this Joker. Beautiful Joker card. Green, using the green of the card to work for it. If you want it, this one is CA05. If you want to make a claim, just write claim and then the code number, CA, which stands for Card Arts 05. Okay, next one is CA06. This one is actually done with acrylic markers. This is done differently. This is a black paper done with white acrylic or silver acrylic marker on the black card. This one, that when you hold the card in your hand, it jumps out. The silver jumps out at you. Or if you have a blue light, you put it up. It's really, really cool. So that's the Silver Surfer. Next one. This is actually 2 separate cards. I had Scott Hanna put these together for me. But these are actually 2 separate cards that Danny did intentionally to show the dual personality of Two-Face. But it looks great together. It looks fantastic together. And as I said, this is 2 cards, so it's $150. So basically, it's $75 a card instead of $80. So it's slightly cheaper per card as well. Pick cards. Hey, that sounds like a Star Trek actor. But I'm bumped. Anyhow, so the next one we have after this, we got, again, this is 2 separate cards as well, is Swamp Thing and Man Thing. On 2 separate cards. This one's $150 as well. This is CA08. Okay, fine. Claim the cap piece. I don't want to remember the cards that it was. Okay, Alberto. Captain America was 0803. That's Alberto.
CA03.
Right, sorry, I'm used to saying OA. We got that for Alberto, and you get a card. Congratulations. Okay, let me circle that to make sure we give you a card. Okay, and then we're on CO8. So next is CA09. That is a cool piece. These are on watercolor board. Danny did a skateboard convention. So he did a couple, which the next couple of pieces are all his main characters riding a skateboard. So this is Iron Fist riding a skateboard. This one is $175, but for the show tonight, actually, I'll lower it to even to $150. If somebody wants this, they can have it for $150. It's CA09. Next, if you move ahead, we got his Moon Knight on a skateboard. This one is also 9x12 on watercolor paper. Again, these all drop down from $175 to $150. I want to sell some of these for Danny. Okay, the next one is really cool. Up is Batman on a skateboard, because we certainly know Batman needs a skateboard. And this one I'll drop from $175 to $150 as well. And last but not least, this one I'm not dropping. There's the Joker who laughs, or the Batman who laughs, 9x12 on watercolor board. This one's $250. Actually, no, I will drop. I'll drop it down to $200. Anyhow, so if anybody, and then the last piece we have them, this is 5 cards together. If you can put it up, throw it up there. This is 5 separate cards. This is, again, Scott Hanna put this together for me. So if you're a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle fan, it's $300 for the set of 5 cards. That makes them $60 a card instead of $80. You're trying to be a Marvel fan. You're watching Mr. Doubtfire. Sorry. Actually, he did draw Marcus. He had Cap on his skateboard. He had Iron Man on his skateboard, and he had Thor on his skateboard as well. But those sold right away at the show. You saw those at the show. The one thing he did was funny. He actually had Odin on his skateboard, one-eyed Odin. That was really cool. Anyhow, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is $300, and if you go to Garden State Comic Fest next year. Kevin Eastman will be there. You can get him to sign the whole set if you want. But these are beautiful from Danny, and you see they're all individually signed. Each card is signed by Danny as well. How about Daredevil on a pogo stick? No, that he didn't do. Anyhow, so Alberto, I bet you would look great in your house, wouldn't it? Anyhow, the thing I can show you, it is really long. It's like this long, the piece. I'm going off camera. It's about that long. It's 30 inches, 4x6. So it's 20 inches wide. So it's just short of 2 feet. It's about this big. It's about that wide. That's how big that is. So anyhow, that is those. Again, Alberto might look nice in your house if you're a Turtles fan. Anyhow, that is it for the trading card art for the evening. All right, next we're going to move on to some autographed comic books. Now, some of them are not autographed. This one happens to be. The ones that are not autographed, if you don't mind waiting, I'm going to Walt Louise's house in about 2 to 3 weeks, and I can get it signed for you for free. Basically, the way these work out is you're basically paying for the autograph. The comic book is free. So on every single comic we're offering tonight, basically get the comic for free. You're paying for the autograph on it. First one is The Adventures of Superman 500, the white bag edition, $25 signed already by Louise. We only have 3 copies of this available. If anybody would like it, that's CB01. Next, this is the Color Forms issue, which comes complete on the inside. Let me show you where I have it over here. On the inside of it, you got a color form sheet in the back of the book. I'm actually giving this to a friend's 4-year-old son. I actually had one that was damaged. But it's a color forms cover. You can make, when you take it out of the bag, you play color forms like when you were a little kid. But basically, let me say this, all the comics except for one are all $25. So not to keep repeating, all of the comics are all the same price. Next, this is a piece of Walt Simonson's personal love. This is his favorite character to do. Manhunter reprint. Again, as you can see, it's already signed by Walter in his dinosaur signature. Again, $25. It's issue 1 of a 6-issue miniseries. Again, Manhunter issue number 1, CB03. Next is CB04. This is Death of Superman trade paperback. You can see above Lois's head, Louise signed it. Again, this is $25. The whole trade paperback, so it's a pretty good deal. Because the book itself is normally $5. Louise is $20 to $25 for the autograph at conventions. For the first time, they're actually starting to charge for autographs and be pushing them. That's for that. Next, CB05 is Mighty Thor trade paperback with Thor Beta Ray Bill story arc. I only ever saw one alligator snap. This is signed by this one. I'm sorry, this one is unsigned, but it can be signed. Instead, if you're just willing to hold out, I can easily get Walter to sign it when I go to his house. So if anybody wants up, this is CB05. Next would be CB06, Adventures of Superman, the direct edition, unbagged, $25. Again, unsigned, but can be signed when I go to the house. Next, we have CB07, back to the white bagged edition. We have got 2 copies of this. They're unsigned, but I can get Louise to sign them. But since nobody bought them originally, we wouldn't have to worry about these. Next is CB08. This is a bagged edition. As you can see, it has 9 comics in it. Again, if you buy it, I can get Louise to sign all 9 copies if you want. You're right, Marcus. You're absolutely right. Actually, what was really funny is I was going to do it on Clan McDonald, and I've been sick for over a week. The only reason I'm even on the show tonight is the medicine finally kicked in. I was going to have these out there last week as well, but I was too sick. Anyhow, this is a Funeral for a Friend collector's set, 9 comics, and it has a 17 by 22 inch poster in it. And again, I can get all of this signed for free. So the 9 autographs is $180 value all by itself.
Getting the poster out of this pack is a $20 to $25 poster by itself most of the time.
Oh, really? That I didn't know that. Wow. So yeah, this is a steal at $25. This is a $200 unit once it's signed. This is for the poster and the 9 copies, 9 comics signed. This is a steal. No, I don't have any 500 platinums. I didn't even know they made a platinum of 500. that book was responsible for putting so many stores out of business because people bought thousands of copies in a store and didn't sell.
20 years of doing this, Corey, I've only ever owned 2 platinums. They are ridiculously rare.
I actually was given for the Spider-Man #1 platinum. I was given a case of the platinums years ago, and obviously this is what we didn't have these types of shows back then. So I went to my local comic shop. Todd's a friend. I got Todd to sign them for me. And I went to local comic shop and I gave them away to all the customers, all the regular customers. It was like, again, we all do stupid things without thinking. It was like I gave away. I actually tell you a quick funny Turtle story. When Turtles first came out, Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird lived locally, and they came in store. I'm thinking. When they came into my friend's comic store, and the ash can edition, they gave us 2 cases of them. There was 100 to a case. They gave us 200 of the ash cans. And if I understand, we didn't like, this is stupid. Nobody's going to buy it. We threw it out. When they left the store, we threw them all out. And those books go for what, $2,000 each now or something like that. So it's like, so we threw out like $200,000 worth of comic books we threw in the garbage. You know, as they said on Bugs Bunny, don't make fun of me because I'm a moron. And that was really, really stupid of us to do. Anyhow, going forward, CB09, we got True Believers, Avengers reprinting Beta Ray Bill stories. Again, it's unsigned, but can be signed by Walter. It's $25. Very next is Fantastic Four #1. Besides reprinting Fantastic Four #1 with a beautiful Alex Ross cover, it has about 20 pinups on the inside, and Walter did one of the pinups on the inside as well. Again, you get Walter to sign on it. Not a problem. Again, $25. Next is Superman Forever. It's hard to show. This is a lenticular cover, if you remember. It shows him ripping. It's Clark Kent turning and ripping open the shirt. It's hard to take a scan of a lenticular cover. But anyhow, this is $25 again to be signed by Louise because she co-wrote it. Next, we got the same one, but not the lenticular cover, the direct market edition. Again, unsigned, but can get it signed, no problem. $25. The next item is the Superman Gallery, which Walter did the cover on. Again, unsigned, $25. This is CB13. Again, the pop-up book. Walter can sign this for you as well, $25. Next, the Man of Steel book. Again, the color forms, but these are unsigned, still bagged and unsigned. And if you want it signed also, if you want, we can either sign it on the plastic bag or open it up and sign on the inside, whichever you want. These can also be sent off to CGC to get slabbed if you want them. I don't know how much Nick would charge, but these can be sent off to CGC to be slabbed because I am an authorized witness and an authorized facilitator. So we can send these into CGC if any of these you want. The comics, the trades are too thick to be slabbed. Anyhow, CB15, Return of Superman, the black cover, signed by Louise Simonson. This was last year to celebrating the 30th anniversary. Next, we got the blue cover, again, 25. Then we've got the green cover. Then we've got the red cover. These are all the variant covers, like they did the original story. Did the Superman logo is die cut out of the comic book. They're beautiful things, all signed by Louise, all $25. This is the 30th anniversary of Death of Superman storyline. Next, we've got the 30th anniversary special. Hang on a second. Hold on, what does that say? Hold on, sorry, I just got an urgent message. It's pretty bad. Are you guys still going to be open? Do you think you would need us? The reason I'm asking is I can't drive my car. Huh? Hang on, sorry. I got to take this. Huh? I don't understand what the hell that means, but okay. Anyhow, sorry about that. Anyhow, we got this one, then CB20. We got the John Bogdanov cover. Again, $25. It's signed by Louise Simonson. Next, we got the Brad Walker cover. again, signed by Louise. And finally, we got it didn't come out well. This is the hollow foil cover. The scan didn't do it justice. But that one's $30 for that one. So anyhow, so we're good on that. Anyhow, that's it for the comic books for tonight. Hang on 1 second. I'm being deluged with text. Thank you.
While Spencer handles his text, because we know that's important. Remember, Nancy McCann is on after this tonight, and then next week we'll have our full slate of shows. With the exception of New Year's Eve, we should have a full slate of shows here on The Experience. Make sure you're following us on social media. Hit like and subscribe. Do all of the things so you can find out when we go live. Because, we may have a weird random 1 in the afternoon show with Rex again, where we make a funny thumbnail and put his face on Santa's head or something. We'll just have to stick with it and see.
Yeah, how many years I know Rex? Wow.
He was trying to figure it out on Wednesday.
Oh, really?
He says 30.
1990. So 35 years.
Yep.
Yep, I know him 35 years. 35 long years. Anyhow, all right, let's get the art part of the show on the way. First, we have got Artie and Saif, Danny Mickey, Earth 2 World's End. This is a blue line. This is a gray line page. This page, this is volume 1, issue 1, page 8. There's only $50, and it is signed by Danny. So if somebody's looking to start an art collection or give a gift, it's a $50 page. It's a printed page. The scan doesn't do it justice on that bottom panel for the amount of detail that's in there. It is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful piece. I guess your name's on me. I'm just looking at the other. Okay, sorry. I'm just being deluged with texts. Okay, in the 0802 is same book, Earth 2, World's End, from 2014. It is issue 1, page 5. This is a gray line as well. We got a nice Dick Grayson page there. Anyhow, and that's $50 for that page as well. Next, now this is a blue line. This is Koi Fam and Danny Mickey Mighty Avengers from 2009, issue 22, page 14 for $70. Now here's a trivia question for you. See if you know what Koi does. Comic book artwork is not his main living. Do you know what Koi does? See if anybody knows what Koi does for a living besides drawing comic books. No idea. Well, Koi is a lawyer. He's a trial lawyer, and he draws comics on the side. I wonder if when he's sitting in court, when the other people testifying, if he's doing roughs for his pages.
Can you imagine if Koi Fam was like the court stenographer who draws the pictures of the subjects?
Yeah,
how much those pages would go for? He gets on a big trial or something.
I'll tell you my favorite story of all time related to something like that. In Tampa, Florida, about 25 years ago, a guy was on holiday weekend. A guy pulls into a gas station with his wife and his 2 kids in the back seat. He pulls in the car. A guy comes up and sticks a gun in his ear. Says, "Give me your wallet, give me your money, give me your pocketbook, give me everything." And he takes off. He's like, "Don't hurt my kids. Just take what you want and go." The guy was caught within 3 hours of him robbing him. You know why? The guy who was driving the car, the father, was the Tampa Police Department sketch artist. So he looked at the guy's face. He studied the guy's face. He took out of his back seat. He took he took his pad and did a drawing of him right in the car, right where it was fresh in his memory. And they caught the guy within a half hour. Within 3 hours. It's like, that's of all people to rob. You rob the police sketch artist. Bad choice.
That's one of those stories that needs to be on that show. It's Florida Man on HBO.
No, gray line is not that. Gray line is similar to a blue line. What they do is the penciler scans it and sends it to the inker, and then the inker prints it out in light gray. I like it's a special guest, Sally Field, Robin Williams. Very funny, Marcus. Anyhow, and then they print it on the paper in either light non-photographic blue or in gray. And then they ink out. What they do at a gray line, you can't even tell the difference between a printed page on the pencils and with the inks over it. You can't tell the difference. Blue line, like this page, you can see the blue. But the gray line is done at 5% gray tone, and gray line is done it's the exact same color as the pencil. So you really can't tell the difference. So, all right, that's OA3. We'll skip to OA4. We're on OA4, rather. We'll skip to OA5. Ivan Reyes, actually, Ivan Reyes is actually how you say it. Ivan Reyes, Danny Mickey, Detective Comics, Volume 1, Issue 1048, page 5. This page has been reduced, but this is a 50% off page. This is a $150 page. This is a gray line. Now, I'll teach y'all guys a little something about Danny Mickey. If you look in the top right corner of his page, top left corner of his pages, where it says Wayne Enterprises Applied Inking Division, any page that says that's automatically a gray line. Danny makes his own paper, his own DC paper. And so that way, you know, if you ever go to buy a page at a convention from somebody or anything of that nature. Here, for people who are watching Mrs. Doubtfire, I'll turn it a little so now you can see it better.
We were talking about my art collection earlier when we were on the phone, Spencer, and I have a page like this, and I didn't know it was gray line. That's great to know. Yeah.
Actually, I'll teach you a little something. Jack, do you know that Jack Kirby did not sign most of the stuff that he signed? You know, that has his signature on it? I'll teach you a little thing. When you see the Y in Kirby, if it's like that with the straight down, that means Jack signed it. If you see it with a tail on the bottom, Rod signed that. Rod's Kirby signed it. She signed about 75 to 80% of all the Jack Kirby autographs that are out there. So Draws herself told me that. So that's not hearsay. That's not conjecture. That's a fact. So that's how you know the difference between a real Jack Kirby autograph and a Roz Kirby autograph. So anyhow, all right. OA06, Carlo Pagulian, Danny Mickey, Deathstroke, issue 50, page 16. This one is $120. This one was reduced $60 for this page. Okay, next is OA07, Marco, I can't pronounce his last name, Castiello, and Danny Mickey. This is Hawkman, issue 25, page 8 for $120. That's a really nice battle page. And again, this one is reduced 60 page as well. Okay, can I claim CB
8?
Comic book 08. Okay, hold on. And who's that from? Garf Wong.
That's Lorena is her name.
Garf Wong.
Is their name.
Garf Wong is 40. Lorena. Okay. All right. Yes, you can claim that. The set. There's one set. Now, Lorena, let me know, do you want me to bring that and have everything signed by Louise, or do you just want it unsigned, still sealed in plastic? You gotta let me know so I know what to do, whether to ship it or not.
Man, I think I would.
No, there's no price difference. Ray and I will get them to sign it for free. So you'll actually end up getting 8 autographs for free, $160 value for free.
Ooh. I was going to say, I would have her just sign the poster, but if she'll sign everything, that's a score.
That's because it's me.
That's true.
Do it, Lorena. Do it. Okay.
Well, and Louise and Walter are two of the nicest people in this business, bar none. When we first started the experience, Louise came on one of our sales shows to promote something she had out with Dr. Christy Blanche, and it just out of nowhere. And we're like, oh my God, it's Louise Simonson. I didn't even know that she was coming. It was a huge deal for me.
I'll tell you, I have a souvenir from the Simonsons that nobody could ever get. When they bought their new house, in their kitchen, there was a built-in liquor cabinet, a refrigerated liquor cabinet. They don't drink. They didn't want. They said, my brother owns 3 bars, and they said, do you want this? We don't want it. We're having it taken out and replaced. It's like, sure. And I looked it up by the brand and the model number. It's a $600 liquor cabinet. And they're like, here, just take it. Just get it out of here. I was like, okay. So I got a souvenir from their house. I got a heck of a souvenir. But anyhow, all righty, we're at OA7. Hi, Nikki. OA8 again. Marco Castiello and Danny Mickey, Hawkman, Volume 5, issue 25, page 11. It is a gray line. It is a $120 page. Again, $60 was taken off the price of it. No, they did not sign it. CJ. Although I did get some other things from them, which I did have them sign. I have a box. At some point, I have somebody help me identify it. I will be bringing it on here. Walter gave me his figurine collection to sell, and it's all things of characters he created. I have got like 300 toy figures here. I have them all. Excuse me, I have them all, and that we will be offering them here eventually. If anybody collects figurines, maybe I'll do that on instead of selling it on here, which is the art show. Maybe I'll do that with Rex on the other show. Maybe. How much for a 6-pack signed by the Simonsons? $20 a can or bottle.
I have a Heineken bottle signed by Steve Dillon.
Oh, there you
go.
The
only problem is that it smells awful because he drank it first.
Oh, geez. Now you want to know? I'll tell you a funny. I never told this to Nick either. An ironically funny story. It's a horrible story, but by irony, at New York Comic Con years ago, Steve Dillon came over my booth and we talked for like 3.5 hours. We talked, and he wanted me to represent him and sell his original art for him. And he said, I'll be going back to England next week. And when I get back, he says, I'll call you. I'll get your shipping info. I'll ship you all my art. He said, I got about 5 FedEx boxes full of art back home. And unfortunately, he passed away like 3 days later. I was like, son of a bitch. You're just talking about timing. When I heard it, I was like, nah, I can't have that. I was just with him 4 days ago. I was like, sucked. World is cruel. Anyhow, next, 0809, Ivan Reyes, Danny Mickey, Superman, number 26, page 20. Again, gray line, signed by Danny, 150. Actually, on this one, if anybody will take this one, I'll lower it to. By the way, if anybody wants to see what gray line, the top panel in there, that shows you what gray line looks like. That's what gray line, and that panel is uninked except for the eyes and the character on the right. That's an uninked gray line panel. So that shows you what the difference is. Anyhow, this one's marked 150. I'll do this one for 125 if somebody wants it. I want to sell some stuff for Danny tonight. I want to make this all happy. Next, 0810 is Paul Pelletier, Danny Mickey, Incredible Hulk, 3/4 page splash. This is issue 633, page 18, and this is $150. You have to excuse me for 10 seconds. I got to go grab a soda. I can't. My throat's getting hoarse. Excuse me 1 second.
So I have to make it as long as Spencer is away from the computer without claiming this page. That's my goal. I really like this.
I'm back.
When I saw it come through today. So this is the one that's been tempting me all day. Since Amy sent it to us earlier, I've been thinking about this page.
Yeah. Oh, God, that hurt. Thank God. Sorry. I've been in bed for week 6, so my throat is hoarse. All righty. Next page. 0811. Paul Pelletier, Incredible Hulks. 619, page 21, also for $150. Either of these pages, you know what? I'll drop these to 125 as well, if anybody wants them. So anyhow, just an opportunity. That's gonna be. I'm not gonna drop any more pages. That's it for dropping prices. Next, Paul Pelletier, 0812, 622, page 12. Great blue line. Again, you can see what a blue line does in that last panel. That's a blue line. That page is a blue line as well. Really nice Hulk page. Nice. How often do you have the opportunity to buy a page of the Hulk vomiting? Doesn't that first panel look like something out of Family Guy? For anybody who watches Family Guy, that looks like a Family Guy panel.
Or like that scene from Kick-Ass where everybody's throwing up because
yep.
Hit Girl has the. Yep.
Absolutely. Where she has the little wand. Yep. I'm stunned that her mother let her do that scene with all the C words that she throws across. When she filmed the movie, she was only 12. You know, that's a lot of vulgar language to let a 12-year-old girl be spewing, pardon the expression. Okay, OA13, Eddie Barrows, Danny Mickey, Action Comics, 1069, page 13. That's 150 as well. Again, look at the detail on that page. It's a half-page splash. Excuse me, the hiccups now. 0810. Will I do it for 120? Yeah, I'll do it. I'll do it for 120. For you, only because it's you, though. So he put you down for 0810 for 120.
Thank you for saving me from myself, Alberto.
Anyhow, where are we on? We're on 0813. 0814. Eddie Barrows, Action Comics, 1069, page 13. That's the last page, page 14. Very next page. Again, look at the amount, the half to 2/3 page splash there as well. That's a 150 page as well. That's a gray line as well, as you can see by the Wayne Enterprises. Actually, it's funny. Steve McDonald had me have Danny. So when Steve gets commissions for himself, Danny sent him 30 pages of Wayne Enterprise, blank paper, Wayne Enterprise Applied Inking Division. He's got 30 of the pieces. So anyhow, I just found that funny. Okay, next, OA15, Ivan Reis, Danny Mickey, Superman, number 25, page 28. Kyle?
Sorry, I was buying something.
Okay, how dare you? Oh, dear. Oh, OA13 for Jay is me. Okay, OA13 is Jay and Kyle. Okay. You're allowed to interrupt me to buy. Always, that's always allowed. I always will allow that. Anyhow, here we go. OA15. Nice page, nice powerful page, nice booby page. My first piece of art. Congratulations, Jay. Anyhow, that one's 150 as well. Next, OA16. Look at the detail on that page. It's Ivan Reis. Again, look at the detail on that, especially the White House. Actually, with all the explosions, it looks like the White House right now in the bottom panel. Oh, no political commentary. I got to stay away from that shit. Sorry. Even the Reis, Danny Mickey, Titans Beast World, issue 2, page 20. That one's 150 as well. Bear in mind, for the show tonight, the most expensive piece in the show is $500. That's the most expensive piece we have to offer today. Okay, next, OA17. There we go. Issue 6, page 1. That's 150 as well. Also a gray line. I love the way Danny does the gray tones with the brush. Looks beautiful. In person, it looks 10 times nicer than the scan does.
My best friend is inking covers for Rob Liefeld. And we spent about 45 minutes just on Tuesday talking about Danny Mickey's gray tones because he's trying to learn how to do it like Danny does.
Yeah. Danny, in my opinion, I have many, many very, very close personal friends. Scott Hanna is a brother to me. And I will say something. I think Danny Mickey is the best inker in the business right now, by far. I don't think there's anybody out there that has the talent that Danny does as an inker. Scott Williams is great. I put Scott Williams and Scott Hanna as number 2. The two of them is number 2. I think Danny is far and away the best inker in the business. So get myself in trouble with my friends. Okay, 0818. Again, Ivan Reis, Danny Mickey, Titans Beast World, number 6, page 15, also for $150. And look at that. The villain is a takeoff on Dr. Fate. I forgot his name. I want to say Dr. Evil, but that was the, what's his name? What the heck was the movie? Austin Powers. Anyhow, this page is $150 as well. Okay, next page, OA19. We've got Koi Fam, again, Mighty Avengers, issue 22, page 2. Blue lines, that's Quicksilver going after Mordred, $150 as well. By the way, if anybody wants to know, if anybody cares, in the original JLA Avengers, Quicksilver fights the Flash, and he beats the Flash, actually. George told me the story. What Quicksilver realized is Barry is so much faster. In between punches, Barry was running around the entire Earth in between punches. And Quicksilver times it just enough that he sidesteps him, and Barry runs across, cuts his leg off, and goes flying into a tree and breaks his neck and dies. But in the original JLA Avengers, Quicksilver beats the Flash. Go figure. Anyhow, stupid trivia. Who cares? But anyhow, 0820. Eddie Barrows, Danny Mickey, Action Comics 1069, page 16. Again, look at the detail work on this page. The inking's $150. It is amazing. It is absolutely amazing detail. Again, a lot of these things, the detail is lost until you have it in your hands. It is absolutely gorgeous. Jay, if you remind me Nick remind me when I send the page out, I'll put it in a portfolio. I have a bunch of extras. I'll put it in a portfolio for you, only because it's you. Anyhow, next 0821, Detective Comics, Even Race, Danny Mickey, Gray Line, Detective 1061, page 3. This one's also $150. You notice a theme here is $150. Go to 0822. Again, same title, issue 1047, page 17. You got Batwoman on the page. Look at the detail on that page. That's a beautiful page as well. Again, 150. That's the last 150 page. Now they're going up from there. Now they're 200s. Next, 0823. Is Carlo Pagolian, Danny Mickey, Deathstroke, issue 50, page 13, for $200 for a full page splash. That is a freaking steal. That is absolutely a freaking steal. That's $100 off the regular price on that page. That is absolutely a steal. So if anybody's interested, that's 0823. Next is 0824. Marco Castillo, Danny Mickey, Hawkman, issue 25, page 16, Gray Line, $200 again. Basically a splash page. Basically, that's $200. Again, that one's $100 off the regular price. Next, 0825, Ivan Reis, Danny Mickey, Detective, 1048, page 8, for $200. 3/4 page splash of Mr. Freeze. That one is also $200. Next, 0826. We got full page splash for $200. And if I remember correctly, I may be wrong. I think that's Barbara Gordon. I'm not sure. I haven't read this book in a few years. Anyhow, issue 1049, page 20 for $200. Next, 0827. Same title, issue 1050, page 16. Real nice Barbara Gordon, Dick Grayson page. Again, $200. Next, 0828, Superman 26, page 18, Gray Line, signed by Danny Mickey. Tonight's $250, a 3/4 page splash of Superman. Again, a steal. Anyhow, next, 0829, Kyle Hotz and Danny Mickey. Tales from the Multiverse, Blackest Night, issue 1, page 38, $250. Look at the freaking detail on that page. That is an amazing page. Now, again, I feel like Cliff Clavin. I'll tell you another stupid story to make people laugh about the Kirby Crackle like this. Butch Geist, may he rest in peace. His brother Jeff was working for him doing backgrounds, and he decided he wanted to play a little prank on Jeff. Jeff had never done Kirby Crackle, and he was taking a page over June Brigman from the Supergirl miniseries as a full page splash of Supergirl emerging from a energy cocoon. And it was Kirby Crackle galore. And just like, how do you do this? And Butch said, you take out the circle template and a fine pen and you circle every single one out manually first, all the circles. And then you go back in with a brush and you fill in each one at a time. Obviously, that's not how you do it. But Butch then had an emergency at home. His wife called him. Their water tank burst. So Butch had to run home. He was gone for 5 hours. He came back. Jeff was still sitting with the circle template. And when Butch walked, he's like, God, this takes fucking forever. This is good. He's like, oh, geez. He forgot to tell him not to stop doing it. And Jeff quit after that. He said, that's enough. That was too cruel. It was so tedious that it pissed Jeff off, and he quit working for his brother. Anyhow, 0830. We've got Ivan Reis and Danny Mickey, Detective Comics, issue 1072, page 14. And that's $250. Look at that, a half-page splash. My favorite Batman panel ever was the one that I inked over Graham Nolan. Actually, it was 2 pages, actually. I inked over Graham Nolan, Where Scott Hanna actually let me do more. Scott doesn't normally use background people, but I was staying with Scott for 3 days, so I insisted. I have professional training, and it was during the Asbat storyline where Asbat is talking to Commissioner Gordon, and Commissioner Gordon turns around and goes, "My God!" And Batman says, "What?" He goes, "You're still here." He goes, "And?" He goes, "I always turn around, you're never here." He goes, "Then should I leave?" That's my favorite Batman panel of all time. When he says, "You're still here." Yeah. Okay, next, OA31. Again, Beast World, Ivan Reis, Danny Mickey, issue 6, page 27. Again, a nice half-page splash, a Raven, or third-page splash, a Raven, $250. Anyhow, that is that one. Okay, next, OA32. Again, another third-page splash of Raven, issue 6, page 42 for $250. Next is OA33, full-page splash from the Hulk, issue 630, page 20. The Blue Line, again, only $250 for a full-page splash. That is a killer price. That page is $175 off the regular price. So that is a steal. But by the way, Marvel fan, if you know that that's actually the Killing Joke is a very old Polish joke that they just changed it, made it the way it is, but it's a very old Polish joke. I heard the joke when I was maybe 10, but it's a very funny joke regardless. Issue 34, even though it's Danny Mickey Batman, One Bad Day, Ra's al Ghul. That's issue 1, page 8. That one's $300. Okay, next, OA35, same book, page 23, also $300. Look at that first panel. Look at the amount of detail that's in that. Look at all the high contrast stuff in there. That's good for with Robin in it as well. Acres, I never saw the movie Bowfinger. I'm not familiar with it. I apologize. Only 3 more pages to go. It's going to be an early night. Issue 36. Oh, wait. I'm sorry. Item 36. Marco Castillo, Danny Mickey, Hawkman, issue 25, page 20. Again, a full page splash, $330. That's $165 off the regular price of that page. Second to last page, OA37, is full page splash. Detective, issue 1047, page 20, $350 for full page splash. And last but not least for the night, OA38, full page splash again. Look at the detail on that page. Batman, One Bad Day, Ra's al Ghul, issue 1, page 1 for $500. And look at the detail. Look at the detail on the crest. Look at the detail on that page. That is a killer page. So anyhow, is there anything, I went very fast, is there anything anybody would like to see again? Anybody have any questions? Anybody want to make counter offers? Anybody?
A lot of folks here who weren't here for the card art earlier. You want to run through that one more time?
Sure. And as we take a drink and we can go through it, absolutely. How many people we got?
About 45 people just between Facebook and YouTube. I'm not 100% sure how many are watching on Twitch because I don't have that number in front of me right now.
Oh, okay. All right. These are 4x6 full color pencil, ink and color by Danny Mickey. This is an idea that I came up with is we use, put up OA20 first real quick for a round guy. And then we'll come back to the cards.
Okay, I'm going to have to take a guess.
It is Action Comics 1069, page 16. There we go. OA20. There you go, round guy. Would you like that? That one's $150 for the page. If you'd like that, just let us know. And that can be yours. And I got that paper's upside down. All right, let's go back to CA01. Anyhow, these are my ideas. We use the card, the color of the card itself as part of the drawing. So this is a pink card, and this is Spider-Gwen, signed by Danny. They're 4x6. These are heavy cardstock cards. Danny's opened the counter offers on some of the pages he had for sale, or just these ones. Well, tonight, just these ones so far. But if there's something you want to talk to me, you'll let me know. If it's a realistic counter offer, I'll bring it to Danny. But don't do something where it's $500 and say, I'll give you $75. To me, a realistic counter offer is 10 or 20% difference. That's maximum. I've had people that give me, they want 75% off as a counter. And to me, that's insulting to the creator. Anyhow, so that's CA01. CA02 is Ghost Rider. This one is only $80 also. 4x6 full color, using the gold of the card as part of the drawing. 4x6 of Ghost Rider. CA03, Alberto took, so we can skip 03. Go to 04 is the Prowler, as created by John Romita Jr. when he was 9 years old. This card is also $80. 4x6 full color, again using the purple to make the costume. So we got that. Then we got CA05 is the Joker on a green card. Okay, hopefully I still have the page for you. CA05 is Joker. This one is $100. CA06, we got the Silver Surfer. Now this one's done with acrylic markers. It's a black card, and the silver is metallic silver. So it really, when you put under a black light or if you have it out, it jumps out off at you. Green cards are valuable. Yeah, green cards now are $5 million, Marcus. CA07. This is actually two separate drawings. These are two separate cards, which are connected together to make the one image. So you're actually getting two cards for this. So instead of $80, there's $75 a card, and it makes it beautiful. If you frame it together or put it together, it looks beautiful. As you can see, it looks like it's one card. It's not. It's actually two cards. Hang on one second. I'm sorry. I just got an urgent text.
If you're into card art, guys, not this coming Thursday, the Thursday after, so 2 weeks from yesterday, on Sketch Up with Mel and Mog, which starts at 10 o'clock here on the EXP on Thursday nights, they are going to have Emma Kubert plus a bunch of other great artists on the show doing VOA card art. VOA is video of authentication. So we will send the company the video of the live stream where they draw the art in front of you, and you'll get a VOA link with a QR code to prove that the art is originally drawn live in front of you.
All right, we're back. For anybody who wants it up, Kyle, can you put up my email? You know my email, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, put my email up for Sensational. I don't know if anybody has it, but you can put it out there. Next is CA08, which is two cards also. It is Swamp Thing versus Man Thing, head to head. This is $150. So again, $75 a card. It's beautiful. Again, if you see how they fit together perfectly, it looks like, again, like it's one card, but it's actually two cards. So that's CA08. CA09 is Iron Fist on a skateboard. Danny went to a skateboarding convention, and these are 9x12 on watercolor paper. These came out really cool. This one, I lowered the price from $175 for the show tonight down to $150. Thank you, Kyle. Next is CA010, Moon Knight on a skateboard. There we go. And that also, I dropped the price to $150. CA11 is Batman on a skateboard. And then next is CA12 is the Batman Who Laughs. This one I dropped down to $200. And last but not least, this is 5 cards put together. Gotta take me down. There we go. It's 5 cards together. It's 1 card for each turtle and 1 for Splinter. Anyhow, this is the 4 turtles and Splinter. This one's $300. Actually, you know what? I'll lower it to $250. I didn't want to, but I'll do that way. That lowers down to $50 a card. $250 if anybody wants to take that. And I don't know other conventions for the year, but I know if you go to Garden State Comic Fest in June next year, Kevin Eastman will be there. You get Kevin to sign all the cards if you want. Anyhow, but those are all the original trading cards. So there we go. So we made it right in time for 8 to cut off at 8 o'clock. There we go. Perfect timing. Anyhow, Nick asked me, so I will be back next week. I will have more Danny Mickey stuff. I will also have some more signed comics. And I'll have some unusual things. If I can get stuff identified, I'll have some figures and some statues and things of that nature as well for next week. and we'll be good to go. Anyhow, we're just making 7:58. Unless Nick is still lurking around. If anybody needs me, just email me. My email is up there. Thank you for joining us tonight. Thank you for Lorena and Alberto for your purchases, and for Jay. Thank you again. Jay reminds me, and I will. Like I said, I'll put your piece in the portfolio. That's no problem. I got about 10 extras, so I'll just throw. It's used, but it's free. Free is a very good price. Anyhow, I think we're good to go for the night. And everybody stay safe, stay healthy, have a happy new year. Remember, don't drink and drive because you might hit a bump and spill your drink, and that's a waste of good booze.
So stay tuned after this. Nancy McCann will be live for Comics Unlimited with Friday Night Live from Comics Unlimited in Cleveland, Tennessee. That's at 9:00 Eastern, so in about an hour from now. Rich Donnelly asks, when is the show that Emma Kubert is on? That is 2 weeks from yesterday. So the first Thursday in January, Thursday at 10:00 Eastern, Sketch Up with Mel and Mog.
All right, everybody, take care. Have a safe and happy, healthy New Year. Pete, as Spock said, live long and prosper, or should I?